Raider Nation? I'm the Commish, and this is your December 19th Raider Reaction Morning Show. Thank you for joining me. As always, appreciate any second you guys spend with me here at Raider Reaction. First off, I would like to get into the press conferences yesterday. We've got a lot of news coming out. Renfro's coming back. Trent Brown's going to IR. Josh Jacobs is going to be shelved this week. Let's listen to Gruden and see what he has to say about what's coming up and everything that's transpiring right now.
Good afternoon. Great to see you again. I'll be happy to answer any questions that I can.
So I know we've talked about second half issues this year recently. I think you guys are 5 or 24 on third down conversions in the second half. It's like 14 of 25 in the first half. Is there something defenses are doing a little bit differently in those situations in the second half?
We've taken a long look at it. A lot of it's us, and some of it is good defense, but a lot of it is situational. We're in obvious passing situations. It's hard to convert. So it's a combination of a lot of things, and again, it falls back on me.
Where are you with Brown and Jacobs?
Not good. Brown's going to be on injured reserve. He won't play again this year. His shoulder, his pec, I should say, is just not getting any better, so it's disappointing. Congratulations to him for making the Pro Bowl. Obviously, what he did put on tape was very impressive. I don't believe Josh will play this week. We'll hold out hope that he can play against Denver, so it might be part of the problem in the second half, too. I don't know.
How good was Trent when he was before he started to struggle physically?
Pretty good. I mean, to me, he's the best right tackle in the game. Obviously, he's a difference maker. If you watch us play in London, if you watch us play against any of the teams that he played against, he's a difference maker in pass protection. He's a good run player, and obviously he's been well respected by his peers in the league.
Pretty much everything you'd hoped he'd be in terms of when you made that big expenditure to get him.
Yeah, I mean, we drafted Colt Miller. We didn't feel like we had a healthy tackle on our team when we came here. So we had to address that position. We drafted Colt Miller, who's really made huge strides in year 2, hasn't missed a snap. And we went out and acquired Trent Brown to give us what we think are 2 really good tackles. So, again, we're disappointed that Trent won't be able to play, but really thrilled that he's here and he got selected to the Pro Bowl.
Jacobs just gotten to the point where the shoulder's not bouncing back like it was.
Yeah, it's been tough on him since the Green Bay game, honestly. We've had to manage it. He's had to manage it more than anybody. And it's affected his overall game, working in a passing game. And when you miss practice and you're injured, it's hard to work on a lot of things sometimes.
Derek Carr, the current quarterback under center for your Silver and Black, also had something to say at the press conference. Let's take a listen to what he had to say as well.
All right, guys, question for Derek?
John said today that Trent Brown going on IR, so he won't play in the last 2 games. Especially before he got hurt the first time, what kind of a force was he? I mean, you saw him right in front of you, so.
Yeah, he definitely makes a difference on the football games. That's for sure. Him and Rodney getting the Pro Bowl, rightfully so. Those guys are 2 of the best at their position. And Trent, that guy is just a monster. When it comes to pass game, run game, I mean, you literally see him throw grown men, 8 to 10 yards off the ball. Like, it's crazy what he's able to do, against some really talented people. So, when you lose a guy like that, obviously, it's next man up. It hurts. But with the year that he had, him going to the Pro Bowl, rightfully deserves.
Gone through seasons with this much changeover on the roster. It's not just players, it's good players.
It must be your first year here, huh? Yeah, I bet.
It's not just it's significant players.
No, I've been through a lot, man.
You mentioned before the comfort level of this season, so far just being able, in terms of protection, but just with having those 2 guys named to the Pro Bowl and then Richie as an alternate, does that kind of speak to the sort of strides of the offensive line this year?
Absolutely. Coach always talked about that 52, 53 number. That was a big emphasis all offseason. And those guys worked their tail off to do a great job, of cutting that number big time. And those weren't all on them, obviously, last year. But when it comes to as a team, it was definitely a mindset. And to see those guys get rewarded for the hard work that they put in is always awesome. I wish all 5 of those guys would go, but you got to win to get more spots.
One of the members of the Raider Reaction Hype Team, the man who holds it down for the majority of our halftime shows on game day, Raider Ortiz, is an integral part of the team. And after this last loss, the man's got something to say, so I'm going to step aside and give him the stage.
What's going on, Raider Nation? It's me, Raider Ortiz, and I just want to talk about a little something that's been on my mind, that's been a little bit bothering me lately. And, after that Jaguars game, I've seen so many fans bashing each other back and forth, and I understand that everybody's frustrated, and heads are gonna clash or bang, but at one point does one become a fake fan because they don't they want to see their team do better. I've been seeing a lot of posts from different groups and pages stating that if I'm a fake fan because I want to see my team do better. It's Raider Nation till they die. Yeah, it's Raider Nation till you die, but fuck, I want to see some goddamn results. I want to see my team go to the damn Super Bowl before I fucking die. And if me wanting better for a team that I loved and I've been very passionate about for as long as I can remember, then I guess I'm not a fan. If a lot of you want to sit there and stick with the mediocre team that we have, where they just play with your emotions, where they're seeing where they're there, and we're gonna be playoff bound, and then only to just fuck it up, yeah, if some of you are okay with that, well, fuck, go ahead and cheer for a mediocre team, okay? But some of us other different fans want to see our fucking team do better. We want to see results, and it's baffling to me how me wanting a better record, something better for my team, makes me supposedly a fake fan. Some of you have to explain that to me when you all see this, because I have no clue how the fuck that makes me a fake fan. But that's just something that I want to talk to today. So you all have yourself a great morning, and keep it Raider Nation.
Now, we've spent a lot of time being nostalgic over the past week, and I don't want to continue to do it because we need to look forward, not spend so much time looking in the past. But I did want to spend one last little brief minute looking back at the action that was this weekend and the last stand at the Coliseum.
Town business! Town business!
Uptown, baby!
Uptown! Oh, that East Bay!
Thing Raider Nation knows how to do, it is have a party. And even though this is the last game in Oakland, this group behind me, they aren't going to let this team leave without one last big bash. The autumn wind served as the soundtrack for what some called a farewell party and others called a wake.
Celebration of life, brother, life here on Mecca, because this is an end of an era. And then chapter 2 begins, we don't know. So it's be all new again.
The Violator is one of the most recognizable figures of the Black Hole and was emotional about the final Raiders game in Oakland. The Black Hole's tailgate had some extra energy today. Everyone was trying to create one last memory at the Coliseum before Las Vegas becomes the capital city of Raider Nation.
We're coming to Vegas to take it over, baby!
That includes Jackie Lahiff and Carolyn Hartman. Mother and daughter who have lived in Las Vegas for more than 40 years, but still journey together to every Raiders home game. They called the farewell game bittersweet.
If everybody supports them, if they stay a family like they are now, I think everything's going to be fine.
We're excited to go to the games, to the new stadium, but we're going to miss this.
Starting next year, this is going to be in Las Vegas every Sunday for the Raiders home games as Raider Nation gets their new home.
I've heard a lot of talk about this little interview that Mark Davis had before the game on Sunday. I don't understand the hatred for Mark Davis. I don't understand the hatred for his son, who is simply trying to fulfill the legacy of his father, to bring life and resuscitate one of the great loves of his father, which is this franchise. To me, Mark Davis is a man who's putting his money where his mouth is. He went out, he's never claimed to be a football mind. He's went out and dumped his money into what he thought was the best coach, the best GM. And he got a beautiful stadium built that his father had been trying for decades and decades to get done. And he got other people to pay for it too. So I don't understand the hatred for Mark Davis, who is trying to resuscitate something we all love. But let's take a look at the interview and take a look at what Brent Musburger has to say about him as well.
Any nostalgia for you at all, knowing that this is it here?
No, I went through this in '82, that's no.
The sun is coming down on the final home game ever to be played by the Raiders in Oakland. They are now the Las Vegas Raiders. The city has taken the next step because the National Football League is just so much bigger when it comes to American sport for them to come into Las Vegas. It won't be long now. NBA will be coming in here too. They won't be able to stay away because this is well on its way to becoming the sports capital of the United States. People love to come here for events. And that stadium over there, you watch the Garth Brooks and the shows like that, Kenny Chesney, they'll be filling this stadium up too. Al Davis would be so proud of Mark for managing to get this beautiful stadium built in Las Vegas. Al was always fascinated with Las Vegas. You got to understand, that was Jimmy the Greek's #1 source in the National Football League. Al always knew what was going on in Las Vegas. But I'm telling you, even in his biggest dreams, he could not have envisioned this beautiful stadium that his son would manage to get built with the support of taxpayers, I might point out. We've got a bed tax that helped him, and then the league came along, and of course the Raiders themselves, and it's going to be one of the greatest venues in the history of the league.
It wouldn't be a Raider Reaction morning show without a D-bag of the day. Raider Chris, take it away. You, sir, are a fucking douchebag.
Yeah, I got a douchebag of the day, and his name is Doc Rivers. You want to know why? Because this motherfucker, every time they play a home game in our house, you know what they do? They cover up our banners, our retired jerseys, with fucking selfies. Who does that shit? Get the fuck out of our house already, please, douchebag.
It's an interesting little interview that I stumbled across. I thought you guys might enjoy it. It is Derek Carr sitting down and being interviewed by Charles Woodson about, well, hell, just take a look, enjoy.
Your favorite Raider all time?
Oh, man, for real.
Come on, you
gonna make me do it in front of you.
You grew up
Y'all gonna make me.
You grew up out here.
It's Charles Woodson.
No, really?
I promise. I promise.
I didn't know that.
I told you my rookie year, and I'll never forget. It was once I became the quarterback, I was like, okay, now I think I can talk to Charles. You know, I was like, I guess I'm the starter. I think I can talk to him now. And I walked up to you. I was like, I don't mean to make you feel old. You're like, but you're about to, right? I was like, yeah. I was like, man, I pretended to be you when I was 5, 6 years old, making that one-handed catch, putting my feet down, you know, like in college. Like I'd made my dad, no, throw it higher. He didn't catch it like that. Throw it higher. Yeah. You know, and I will never forget the first time I walked into the locker room. I've been starstruck twice in my life. And the first time was when I walked in to the basketball arena, saw Kobe Bryant.
Yeah.
That was, man, that's
a big deal.
That's Kobe Bryant, you
Yeah.
know. And the next time was when I walked into the locker room after rookie minicamp when the vets were there. I was like, that's Charles Woodson. His locker's right down the deal from mine. I was like, dang.
That's crazy.
But I'm being serious. Like you and, I grew up watching Tim Brown. Like those, man, y'all too, man. Like that's really cool for me. Yeah.
And now it's that special time of the show, that little time of the show where I like to give you the little sports nuggets, that you can absorb into your sports brain and then sprinkle about the day. Little segment that I like to call What the Fuck Happened Today in Sports History. Well, what the fuck happened today in sports history? Houston Oilers safety Ken Houston returns 2 interceptions for touchdowns in a 49-33 victory over San Diego, at the time setting an NFL record with 9 touchdowns on interceptions returns. He also set the single season record with 4 interceptions returned for a touchdown. That happened in 1971 on this day. In 1980, on this day, released a cinematic masterpiece, The Raging Bull, starring Robert De Niro. Martin Scorsese film, of course, The Life of Jake LaMotta, was released on this day in 1980. And on this day in 2010, the miracle in the Meadowlands, as the Philadelphia Eagles, trailing by 21 late in the game against the Giants, rattled off 4 touchdowns, including a punt returned walk-off by Deshaun Jackson. Today, that is what the fuck happened in sports history, December 19th. And now, to send you on your way, get you started on your silver and black day, your Raider quote of the day. In Oakland, Al Davis was a genius. We had Ron Wolf there too. He was a genius. There was no room for me to be a genius. The coach, John Madden. Have a kick-ass day, Raider Nation. I'm out. Peace, love, Raider Nation.